Hello and a hot welcome to MotorBeam from Cochin. In 2009, the rupees 20 to 30 lakh SUV segment consisted of almost 5 to 6 options, and when Toyota decided to launch the Fortuner in India in the same year, it sold more than all of its rivals combined. Well, that is the power of the Toyota badge and the popularity of the Fortuner in India. Now they brought in the second generation model, and just look at it. It looks more Lexus than Toyota.
The new Toyota Fortuner is longer and wider than its predecessor with loads of chrome. It comes with new wraparound projector headlights, huge chrome grille, a heavily sculpted bumper with integrated fog lamps, new shiny set of alloy wheels, extended LED wraparound tail lights, a protruding roof spoiler and a floating roof appearance.
Now the interiors of the Fortuner are much more premium than its predecessor. The dashboard is very neatly laid out, but the center console feels a bit busy, and we do like the interiors of the Innova Krista better. In terms of practicality, the Fortuner isn't very practical because it lacks bottle holders. Yes, there is a bottle holder on each of the doors, but the front ones are more usable. The front also gets 2 bottle holders near the center console, and on each side AC vents there's also a cooled bottle holder which can be converted into a cubby hole.
However, the rear door bottle holders aren't easily accessible, and once you close the door, you can't remove the bottle easily.
Headroom 2 is at a premium in the second row, and the third row is just not usable, at least not for adults.
While leg room and knee room is good in the second row, seating 3 is uncomfortable, and the middle passenger has to put some effort to wear a seatbelt. Some of the key features of the new Fortuner include Optitron Blue instrument cluster, large MID with navigation display, tilt and telescopic steering with paddle shifts, audio controls, cruise control, touchscreen infotainment system with 6 speakers, Bluetooth connectivity, navigation, and rear camera display with parking guidelines. Some shockingly missing features include hydraulic struts for hood opening, electric sunroof, power foldable third row seats, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. The Fortuner also comes with new dark brown leather seats, 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, keyless entry with push button start, auto climate control system with auto rear cooler and electric tailgate. The second row of seats have 60-40 split with fold, slide, recline and one-touch tumble functions, while the third row has 50-50 split with recline and one-touch easy spacer feature.
Toyota is offering the new Fortuner in India with 2 engine options. One is a 2.7 litre petrol and the other is a 2.8 litre diesel. Starting with the petrol engine, it is the same unit which also powers the Innova Krista. There is decent amount of power and torque on tap, but because of the weight of the Fortuner, it doesn't feel as quick as you would expect. The best part about this motor is the NVH level. The vehicle is barely audible at idle, but as you get past the mid-range, it becomes quite vocal. The power band is wide and this car redlines at 6000 RPM. Coming to the diesel engine, it's the same unit that also powers the Innova Krista, but Toyota has tweaked the motor for more torque and power in the Fortuner to cater to the additional weight of this car. Low end lag is well contained, there's a good mid-range, and power tapers off sharply in the top end. And like the petrol motor, this one too has very good NVH levels lower down, but as you get past the mid-range, it gets very vocal. The 6-speed automatic gearbox does offer smooth shifts, but is a bit slow to respond. So this gearbox isn't the one which will excite you if you want to drive fast. Yeah, it is smooth to operate, but quick downshifts and upshifts just don't happen. Toyota has given it paddle shifters, and that's where you realize that even if you upshift slightly, like 500 RPM before the red line, the car will still hit the rev limit because that's how slow the gearbox is. Both the petrol and the diesel engine of the Fortuner get 3 engine modes. Now you do realize the difference in performance of the vehicle in various modes. Obviously it's a bit tamed down in eco mode to increase mileage, while in power mode it does have that additional grunt. Now the Fortuner, being a heavy car, doesn't have great mileage considering the engines also have high displacement. The petrol specifically isn't frugal. It returns around 6 km per litre, while the diesel will stretch it to almost 10 km per litre. The second generation Fortuner shares its ladder frame with the latest generation Hilux. Now that pickup truck is called as practically indestructible. They have stiffened up the suspension, and the result is a more composed vehicle. It feels very stable at high speeds. The handling is also very good by SUV standards, but yes, there's a lot of body roll. The steering is a bit heavy at low speeds, so driving in the city can be taxing, but out on the highway it does weigh up decently well. Toyota has improved the ride quality of the Fortuner. The previous generation model was known to have a pretty bad ride. The new one is much better, but still over bad roads you can feel a lot of the stiffness inside. The car thuds a lot, and it's not the most comfortable SUV to be in. Where Toyota has made big leaps is the braking performance. Now this car gets all 4 discs, and braking power is certainly much better than the previous car. We are now off-roading in the Fortuner. Now the car I'm driving right now is a 4x2, but Toyota is also offering 4x4 variants, and they get a lot of tech and also include a lot of safety. So there's this downhill assist, which ensures that while going downhill you don't have to even press the brake pedal. The car does most of it on its own. The second generation Toyota Fortuner is definitely a giant leap over its predecessor. Now this new car is better in performance. It also gets a petrol engine option for those who are scared of the NGT ban. The interiors are comfortable, there are a lot of features on offer, and it is more luxurious too. But if you want a practical vehicle, a practical utility vehicle specifically, then it's the Innova Krista which we would recommend. That is cheaper, has more space. But if you want a 4-wheel drive SUV, it's the Fortuner which comes out on top. Thank you so much for watching. It's me, Faisal Khan, signing off from Cochin. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe to the MotorBeam channel.